Hey there, friends. Well, it has been exactly 1 year since I embarked on this YouTube journey, so I thought that this would be the perfect time to reflect on what's transpired, share some thoughts, and thank you all for your amazing support and encouragement. It's been a pretty good year. Some highs, some lows, and a whole bunch of in-betweens. So there's going to be some fun stuff to talk about. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, my name is Threhane, and this is Threhane Miniatures, where we strive to paint eye-catching tabletop miniatures while striking a balance between the quality of output and time invested. So with that, welcome to Threhane Miniatures. So I'm actually planning on making 2 of these 1-year recap videos, and this first one is for you, my subscribers and regular viewers. It's going to be a little more personal as I take a look at the hits and misses, highs and lows, some missteps that I've made, as well as some of the ways that you, the painting community, have surprised me in some very positive ways. I'm very much enjoying this little community that we're building together. My second video is going to be more for the YouTube community at large. It's going to be a more objective look based on analytics and numbers surrounding niche content creation and just how much money a small YouTube channel can expect to make over the course of 1 year. And yes, that is an actual screenshot of how much money I've made in the past 365 days. It's a good thing that I'm not in this for the money, because that number is just offensive. So why YouTube? After 25 years as a career firefighter, I decided to retire on the exact day that I was eligible. Now, I did very much enjoy my job, but I had a family member who required in-home health care 24/7, and I prioritized that over working for another 5 years. While doing that, I needed to keep my mind active and sort of distracted by other things, so while continuing my miniature painting hobby, I decided to start recording my miniature painting, thinking someday I may start a YouTube channel. So I'm just compiling footage at this point. Little did I know, when I started doing this, that I was recording everything on a corrupted memory card, so I lost a ton of footage, such as a blink blade that I painted for Frosthaven, the Brute for Frosthaven, as well as a bunch of little War of the Ring miniatures. Not too big of a deal. It would have been cool to get the blink blade out, but it wasn't in the cards. Since then, every single miniature that I've painted has been in front of the camera. After compiling enough video footage for about 5 videos, I decided to schedule my first video for February 2nd of 2024, which turns out to be pretty symbolic since content creation is kind of like reliving the exact same day over and over again, you know, Groundhog Day. Anyway, in an eerie coincidence, the family member that I was helping take care of passed away on February 1st, 2024, and my first video went live February 2nd, 2024. And that's pretty much what kicked off this whole YouTube channel thing. I do feel very fortunate to have gotten into this form of content creation without any real knowledge of how creating on this platform works. Because I had no idea what to expect, I couldn't really set any numeric goals such as subscriber count or total views or monthly income. I really had no idea what to expect. I did kind of go into this with a general goal of thinking it would be cool to generate a couple $100s a month just to support this hobby in retirement, but I didn't tie that to any time frame or anything. It's just one of those niceties. It'd be nice to have that. At the time I got started, I did look at some other miniature painting channels that had been out for about a year just to see what was possible. And I came across some channels that racked up around 15,000 subscribers within a year, so I thought that that would be a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised to be at 15,000 subscribers right now. I'm not, but that's okay. I also wouldn't be surprised to be at 100 subscribers right now, or 0 subscribers right now. The fact that I'm at 1,600 subscribers right now is pretty amazing to me, and I'm very happy with that, and I thank you all so much for your support. So back to the goal thing, rather than setting goals, numeric goals since I couldn't, I decided to commit to a process. And that process was, I'm going to put out a video a week until I reach 100 videos. Then at that point, I can evaluate where the channel is and better set goals going forward. I should have enough experience under my belt at that point to better guide the channel and better set goals for the future. So that is what I'm planning to do. You guys got at least 40 more videos from me before I decide what direction to go with this. All right? I also knew that it was very important for me to choose a subject that I truly loved so that I could focus on creating rather than worrying about the clicks or channel analytics. I really do love miniature painting, so this is something that's easy for me to create and I'm happy to put out whether anybody watches or not. But I'm glad you're watching. It usually takes me about 3 to 5 hours to paint any one hero style character. Some miniatures like Sothagwa or Elkthorn took a little longer than that just because of how involved they were and how much effort I put into them. Also, every single miniature that I painted over the past year has been in front of the camera. That means that anytime I've tried my hand at a new technique or painting style, you're witnessing my first attempt at it. For example, my first time ever painting non-metallic metal was on my Rockbreaker Ogre miniature, which I think was my 3rd video, and every attempt at non-metallic metal since then that I've done personally has been in front of the camera. Now I think by putting out some crap, I've freed myself of the pressure of feeling like that everything I put in front of the camera has to be a masterpiece. My real hope and goal with my content is that I inspire somebody to try their hand at miniature painting. You know, maybe see the colors I use on a piece and use that as a jumping off point for your own work. I don't really want it to be this step-by-step, hard, fast guide on how to paint a miniature. I want to express my creativity and hopefully inspire you to express your creativity. Now, because of the way that I paint and I'm trying things for the first time on camera, things don't always go according to plan. So fortunately, I don't have to come up with titles for videos or thumbnails till I'm done creating the piece. A perfect example of this is the OSL that I put on my Zombie Hulk for the Marvel Zombies board game. That was my first attempt at red OSL, and I knew not to highlight red by adding white to it because that turns it pink, so I thought I'd highlight it with orange and then up to yellow. And what I ended up with was a very nice orange OSL, which I still use today as a fire OSL. It's one of my favorite OSL recipes, but definitely not the red OSL that I was going for. The first major surprise that hit me when getting into this journey was just how much time goes into content creation. It takes 4 times as long for me to make a video about painting a miniature than it does to just simply paint a miniature. Nothing prepared me for that time sink. Initially, I thought I could easily put out 2 videos a week and still have plenty of time for life's other obligations, but I was sorely mistaken on that. In fact, sometimes my 1 video a week commitment seems a bit too much for me. Because of that, I'm not really producing some of the other content that I want to create, like unboxings and product reviews and that sort of thing. I don't get sent anything for product reviews. I would just like to review stuff that I purchase, like paints and paint brushes. It seems like all of my editing time is going into my weekly painting video. I do have some videos recorded that need to be edited. I have an unboxing for the Grim Coven prototype. I have an unboxing of Darkest Dungeon that I've already recorded, but I just can't seem to find the time to edit those, to drop those as a sort of a midweek bonus video. So what I was thinking, and I'll love your feedback on this, is that maybe every now and then I could skip a weekly painting video and drop in one of these other videos that are painting adjacent, miniatures or product reviews or something like that. But let me know what you think about that. From my perspective, I feel like 1 painting video a week is the bare minimum that a painting channel should put out, but I will leave that up to you, my viewers and subscribers. Another big surprise for me has been just what type of content gains traction on a miniature painting channel. A simple discussion about spray paints and how they affect your miniatures, or a silly unboxing video that I did, have done very well here. And it's not what I expected to create. I expected my painting videos to be the stars of the show, and this other stuff I was doing kind of as filler, I guess, or just because it was fun and I wanted to. But it's done very well. I've had exactly 3 videos crack 10,000 views, and ironically, those videos haven't really been in line with what I had envisioned for this channel either. I released a video entitled Half Chop, Why It Will Replace Slap Chop for Me, with what is apparently a very clickbaity thumbnail that said Rest in Peace Slap Chop. Now, I did have a lot of fun making that video, and I'm very proud of the content of that video. It was 100% tongue-in-cheek. Half chop is intentionally silly because it was a style that I wanted to do where I slap chop half the miniature in a single color, and it represents the ambient light, so all your focus could be on just painting the front side of the miniature very well. Very much like what I do with my cheating OSL on most of my miniatures that you see on this channel. Only at that time it was straight up base coating with a single colored primer, dry brush white, hit it with a speed paint, and you were done with the OSL. And what people got when they clicked on that, I think because of the title and thumbnail, wasn't what they were expecting. Even though I'm very proud of that video content, I don't think it delivered to the viewer. And that is 100% my fault. I have since changed that thumbnail, hopefully to better reflect the content of the video. And that's been a really good learning experience for me. And hopefully I don't do that again. And if I do, you know, I realize I can change thumbnails and I can change titles. And it might be a little too late for some viewers, but I can go back and correct that. I think the other big issue with that video is that it was not a demonstration of the half chop style that I was going for, but rather I was painting this miniature that inspired me to go that direction with half chop. And I was having this discussion more as an introduction to the style while I'm painting this miniature. And while I'm painting this miniature, I'm using an airbrush on a video that somebody clicked on with slap chop in the style. And that did not sit well with viewers, and they let me know it. So again, great learning experience for me. This is probably a good time to discuss how I deal with negative comments. Now, I can honestly say that I don't feel like I've ever received an out-and-out mean comment, but there has definitely been some negativity in the comment section from time to time. I try to look at negative comments as a form of constructive criticism. If somebody takes the time to leave a comment and it's negative, then there's probably some aspect of my content that did not meet their expectations. Or maybe they just disagree with me. Maybe they just have different beliefs than I do. I don't know. It's all fine. I've answered every single comment ever left for me in the comment section, and I've only ever deleted one comment. And that comment was from my youngest daughter, who sprang to my defense against the first negative comment that I ever received. And it was super sweet, but I didn't feel it was appropriate for the type of community that I'm trying to foster here. I want people to feel free to express themselves in the comment section. This is art after all, and everybody does not view art the same way. Some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. Feel free to express yourselves in the comments. I'm a big believer in preserving free speech, and I have thick skin so I can handle all the trash talk you can throw at me. All right, back to the video surprises. Another video that really surprised me was my sticky mini video, where I took a look at hardware store rattle can paint and primers and discussed how they affect your miniatures. I did this as a preparatory video for a series I wanted to do on OSL hacks for designating player color on Nemesis miniatures. I used footage and images from previous videos or posts as a backdrop to have an open discussion about what has and has not worked for me with regard to these spray paints. I thought that the discussion came across kind of senseless and not very interesting, but hey, what do I know? You all surprised me here by getting very involved in the discussion, sharing your experiences with various brands of paints, tricks for using them, and pitfalls to watch out for. This was everything that I could have hoped for in the comments section. It was all thanks to you guys. The final surprise is a video you almost never saw. I was not too pleased with the final results of the miniatures in my old school speed painting video. While it is super fun to paint with this technique, the results of the painted miniatures I didn't feel were quite up to my standards. Everything was going pretty well with these miniatures until I attempted to dry brush the highlights with a pale green. I just don't feel that they came out clean enough, so I almost scrapped the video. Again, what do I know? This video had a great response. What really surprised me with this video was the positive response to the deck screw painting handle. This poor man's painting handle has been in every single one of my painting videos since the very first upload of the Easy Summon Effect video. But I never thought to draw attention to it because I thought it was just so unremarkable. Besides, I figured everyone already has plenty of options for painting handles. It wasn't until the handle became a necessary component of the speed painting technique that I decided to highlight it specifically. I was really blown away by the response, so once again, thank you. So those 3 videos have been my biggest positive surprises over the last year. I hope to keep learning from this process so that I can provide even more compelling content for you going forward. What would a good YouTube video be without a little negativity? So let's take a look at some of the misses that I've had over the past year. As stated earlier, the intro to Half Chop video did generate a lot of views, but that didn't really translate into any return viewers or new subscribers. And in addition to that, the subsequent series that I did on Half Chop videos really kind of just fizzled out. Also, the aforementioned Nemesis cheating OSL videos failed to perform after the initial success of the preparatory Sticky Mini video. And I also have a couple of videos that have yet to even hit 100 views. But none of this has deterred me one bit. I still enjoy creating, I'm still going to keep going forward, and in fact I would say that the negative videos are the ones that drive me to go forward. It may sound absurd, but it's actually the lackluster response to some of my videos that really drives me to move forward, keep producing content, and keep trying to do better. I don't know, maybe I'm just hungry to redeem myself after I put out a failed video. My successful videos, on the other hand, are the ones that really make me question my path forward. It could be that I feel an imposter syndrome, like I don't feel I can meet that success again, or sometimes I feel extra pressure on follow-up videos to those successful videos because I've attracted so many new viewers and subscribers to the channel and I don't want to let them down. Those videos also tend to be off-brand videos, in other words like speed painting videos, that aren't really in line with the direction where I see this channel heading. Now when you put out a speed painting video and it does very well, it's tempting to want to become a speed painting channel, but that's not really where my heart lies. Ironically, next week's video is a speed painting video on the Unnameable from Cthulhu Death May Die, so be sure to stay tuned and check that one out. So I guess I do dabble in speed painting. It's a fun diversion from the norm for me. Well, those are some thoughts about my first year as a YouTube miniature painter. It's been a great year. I look forward to another year of creating content for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to join our growing community of painters. Alright, I've got one more little tidbit for y'all who made it this far with me into the video, and it has to do with that goofy ass profile picture that I use for the channel. I was painting at home for one of the first times ever. Normally I would paint at the fire station during some downtime, killing time. And so I'm at home and I hear my wife walking into the room behind me and I feel her standing right beside me and she says, "Look at me." So I knew that if I turned and looked at her with my goofy ass nerd goggles on, that my pupils would be completely blown out, it would look ridiculous, and it would make her laugh. That coupled with a goofy ass little smile to seal the deal, and I'd get a chuckle out of her. What I didn't know is that she was recording me for an Instagram video, something about
post a video of your spouse proving that you married the right one.
So anyway, she filmed that. I thought it was funny. She thought it was funny. So I recreated that little photo for my profile pic for YouTube. And without further ado, here's a little sneak peek at that video.
Post a video of your spouse proving that you married the right one.